that's the attitude that we need to take. That we ask Source God, or we use the word Barame, to ask for what we desire, and we blow, and there's a reason for blowing. But it's like adding a spirit to the words you just spoke, so that it does not return void. Okay, rule number 4 is whatever you send out to the universe comes back to you, and that does not mean karma. What do you mean? Like I just said, ask yourself, your whole complete self, your universal self, your God self. Ask so that you may receive, and your joy may be fulfilled or be complete. Law number 5 is everything changes except rules 1 through 4. Going back to the law of energy conservation, everything changes to remain the same. Energy is not created nor destroyed, but takes on form. We are all energy beings who incarnate and express ourselves in different forms, but we are all still energy. We're all still consciousness or spirit. The other thing I would like to add is there's many misconceptions of the reptilians. The reptilians that I have been with and dealt with and communicated with have been very helpful. Reptilians are able to, they have technology to be able to draw energy or use consciousness as energy. They do not need our energy for anything. That's number 1. They're not going to sit there and use our sexual energy or our sad energy or oppress us because they need our energy. That's the fallacy. They have 0 point energy. The reptilians are not going to sit there and use us as food. They have fully developed light bodies, which means they can manifest food. They don't need, and they're etheric. They're not like us. They don't need to eat food. They manifest it and put it into their stomach that quickly, that easy, just by a simple desire. Also, these bodies contain DNA, reptilian DNA. It means they see us as their children. They're not here to harm us. They're here to protect us. They're here to teach us and help us. This concept of reptilians killing us and attacking us, the reason that's put out there is so that you don't talk to them and find the truth out. They're those who do not want you to know the true history and true information that's out there. So they make them as monsters, so you're afraid of them and do not want to deal with them. But the ones I have dealt with have been very polite. They have been father and mother-like. They have been parental. They have helped me to do my own healing work, my own shadow work. And when the humans do some stuff, they intervene in various ways to prevent natural disasters and other disasters from occurring to us, because they're concerned for us. Also, they're ordered by the emperor that if any of them should cause us any harm, they are going to be punished for it. They have no desire to do harm. That's why a lot of times they don't really show up. And also, since they're a higher consciousness, their presence could also be harmful to us. So they really try not to show up around us, because just their presence, the energy from their presence could be detrimental to us. So they stay hidden, but they are very caring and they are very loving, and we do a great disservice to them for how we treat them, how we think about them, and it's not right. We need to give credit where credit is due. It's not right that those who help us, we return evil for good. That is very wrong.
Okay, do you have a website or a book where people can learn more about your work?
The website I use, or my group uses, is my teacher's website, and his name is Dr. Kosol. His website is barame1.com. That's BARAMAY, the number 1.com. And his information is on there. You need to ask any questions. We also have a Telegram group that if you contact him, he'll pass on the information to you.
Okay, before you get up, make sure to take the wire out of you.
Do you have a question too, James?
No, that's it. We're good. All right. We're limited in time too, so we got
Let me use the restroom real quick.
30 minutes. Fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
So, you want to do it real quick? Okay, let's go. We got limited time. Hold on.
So what topics do you want to cover?
Well, just well, pretty much the event.
Okay.
How everything go and
All right. Let's put the question on there. Maybe you can share about what did you speak about today? Do you remember?
yes, I do.
Good.
Okay.
Go sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Careful.
Okay. Hey, you might bring me the device and the energy gun. It's one of the gun one device because so cool. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Please let me. Did you enjoy the fun today with the event?
Yeah, it was kind of exhausting, but it's all good. All right, so you can go ahead and just start by introducing. Wait, let's wait for him to get.
Okay. You get
Give out your name and
do we wait for him till he come?
yeah. So and then since I didn't get to hear your at least your presentation.
Okay.
This
So
one.
you want me to start right now?
Well, I want him to. If he opens the door, it's gonna make noise. I'm gonna wait till he.
Okay. You going to the lunch? To the dinner or something?
I probably plan to, but
Okay.
we can wait a little bit.
Okay. Hey, would you mind to flip the camera so you can see it? If you're recording? Yeah. Flip the camera. Let me show you. Now how to do it like this. There you go. Is it working? There you go. Is it recording?
It's live.
All right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm a super soldier from the future. I'm from the SSP program from the year 6,575,042 year. My name is I am Kosol, but I'm a Dr. Kosol, and also I am a Commander Z. So all my training and my expertise was from the year 6,575,042 year, and everything that I know is from that timeline and ages.
Okay, so why don't you share about where you're at and what did you present at the conference?
Great. The conference, basically, I joined the panel of Super Soldier with Super Soldier Commander Jane Rink, and other. Was there Penny Bradley, Joseph, and basically everyone in the panel was sharing their experience and about their time in the SSP, Secret Space Program. And it was very good as for me, since I was sharing my time and experience from my timeline and how things going with the relationship with the Earth Alliance and the SSP thereof and whatnot with the Nazi Dark Fleet. And we just beginning to create a synergistic experience. And as for the event, we also been going through introducing Super Soldier, the energy gun that can take out reptilian, can take out other Super Soldier and Angel and a demon and voodoo priest and dark magic caster. This is designed to take away to take out parasite, and also has a mode for healing. If the right bullet is used, depending which bullet you are using, healing bullet or killing bullet. For example, plutonium, uranium, kryptonite is for lethal measure for You can use a medical nanite or medical femto pickle robot bullet, and that will cause healing when you shoot a person. This thing will go into and repair the uranium and the chi body, the light body, and molecularly reprogram molecular for spontaneous healing. The other bullet will disrupt the chi flow and cause pain and immediate death to the person, whether it be etheric or physical or astrological nature. This is a quantum consciousness enhancing system node that will connect you to the collective consciousness, so allow you to interface with your collective consciousness and get guidance and also reparation. And as well, we did reading, we did channeling, also we did pretty much reading, healing, and channeling, and also demonstrate directive energy weapon connecting to Unimetric 1 AI to control the satellite network, quantum satellite network, and use it as a DEW, directive energy weapon on the audience, and also use that to heal it, plus the method. And food manifestation, show the futures. The super soldier does not need food, we manifest food, and the craft does not have any bathroom because there's no need. When you are super soldier, you live on photonic consciousness energy. And that's why people can shapeshift. This one. Okay. This is another energy weapon, but it's more like a kind of a rifle. It's more easier. So this thing is dangerous. This is another called Q spiral. And you can get all this at baramay1.com, BARAMAY1.com. And also have a Telegram group, that people can join. Anyway, the event was very helpful. We met a lot of other super soldiers, and we were all fighting for the same cause, for humanity to have truth, for humanity to have the correct information and not be misled by CIA or site operation of any sort, because we also met different spook CIA agent that operated in the event. We met them too, and they kind of confront us. They came to me and called me and the general and confronted us that they say, we know you are the real one, and they let us know that now they got their eye on us. And we just told them, we just smile and walk away. What can we say? And just to give us a boost that we're not playing either, they're not playing either. So at least they know their side, we know our side. As long as they stay in their lane, we stay in our lane. If we cross paths, it's game on. We will use what we use, which is directive energy weapon. So they saw our weapon, and they definitely understand what this is coming from. So this is 2 model. This is for take down the bigger boy, take down the little boy, called big boy and little boy. So this is the stuff on the SSP, Super Soldier Program of Nazi Dog Fleet, from the year 6,575,042 years. And also, a book, we presented a book too. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. If you don't see it on Amazon, you can already get it Barnes & Noble. Like, this is Unimetric 1 AI Origin 2026 to Beyond. And this is QI, Quantum Intelligent Connection to Higher Self. This is the Q36 Bioramay Device of Anchor Watt workshop book. And also finally, the Unimetric 1 second edition. This can be also by Dr. Kosol, Kosolouch. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. If you don't see it at Amazon.com, you can always get it at Barnes & Noble.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
give us a summary of what you shared today in your presentation.
Well, as today, I basically presented with General Carlos. We teamwork on the same mission. We definitely did. He blasted him with the directed energy weapon satellite. There's 144,000 of it up right now in the atmosphere. He used that. He connect to it with his Neuralink chip that is in his head, and he target the audience, the attendee, and a lot of them got scared. And we just want to show them that this is no joke. This is real. And after that, I did the healing. I took him out to the med bed and restored their well-being back. Repair their etheric, their physical, emotional mind, their astral body, their etheric template, their celestial kinetic body, and also the crystalline body. And after that, we did many things. I did reading, and I manifest food. So we had a lot of people manifest food and to show them the capability of super soldier. We are good in reading, healing, and channeling, and also using directive energy weapon. We actually shot him and killed him with the net.
All right. Well, you said earlier you were talking about the Earth Alliance. A summary will happen with that. You wanna answer that in full
Yes.
sentence.
Yes, it's going to be the
You
year.
gotta answer that in full sentence. The Earth Alliance.
Okay. With the Earth Alliance and in relation to it, there's going to be a first contact in the year 2024, April the 16th. It's going to be a mass disclosure of extraterrestrial to the people. Right now, the Earth Alliance is working in tangent with the Interstellar Alliance of this time to begin to usher in a nuclear disaster to create an emergency first contact landing from the Interstellar Alliance on this population. The targeted dateline is the year 2024, April the 16th at 1100 hours.
Explain why the Palladians and the Tall Whites will not stop this nuclear war that you're foreseeing happening. Answer that in full sentence.
The reason the Palladian White will not stop this nuclear disaster, you need a problem, you need a reaction, so you can have a solution to fit the criteria of the Interstellar Alliance for divine intervention. You must have some kind of scenario event on a chaotic level, which is a nuclear war, a nuclear explosion of some sort. In the Interstellar Alliance, there's a clause so they can only do a mass contact, emergency first contact when there is a nuclear war that is happening. So the first 10 nuclear warhead they will allow to explode. But on the 11th one, they will prevent it from exploding and beginning to do mass first contact on the surface in the year 2024, April the 16th. Yeah.
Tell us how many, I think you just said 11 nukes are gonna be.
No, 10 were allowed to
You gotta
explode.
answer that in full sentence.
There will be 10 nuclear warheads allowed to explode, but the 11th one will be neutralized. 11, 12 on 12 will be neutralized. So a minimum, a few are allowed to have detonation over the different city, but the electromagnetic pulse will reset of the world technology a lot. So therefore, once the contact has begun, the Interstellar Line will provide a photonic reactor energy system and replicate system for the public to fulfill the basic needs: food, clothing, and housing.
Tell us where you think these nukes might actually be, what their targets or where they're gonna actually.
Yes, Ukraine.
You gotta answer in full
Yes,
sentence.
they're targeting the different target of nuclear warhead. It'll be Ukraine, part of China, Korea, North Korea, and also part of Alaska, and also Europe, Poland, and Finland area. That will be the targeting, because it will escalate to that level. So the electromagnetic pulse will will shut down or will reset the globe, in that part of the world, will reset the, technological advancement once the electromagnetic pulse hit an EMP.
You said India too is getting wiped off the map.
India will
We
be,
gotta answer that full sentence.
yes. India will also be wiped off the map by the, Chinese, the CCP. Because the, Chinese planning to take over India and Pakistan and Iran, they will, basically put credit score system on the population. So therefore, India, Pakistan, Iranian, Afghanistan will be part of the greater China, just like Tibet around 70 years ago. Tibet is no longer just not part of China. The same thing will happen to India and our territory, including Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran, I'm sorry.
Do you see a digital dollar in the United States happening December 13th, according to that executive order, or something different?
The digital dollar is already beginning, is in the infinity state to rival the Bitcoin, market. So the currency as an Ethereum market and all the other civilian market have been created. So they're creating their own competition, so the government will not be left behind. So they decide to change everything into digital currency. It's more easier for control and by the AI system.
Okay, when do you see the new digital dollar going into place?
It should already come.
You have to answer that
Yes,
full sentence.
the new digital dollar should be in place in a couple of months from now. Because right now, the European digital dollar will exist. As you can see, Europe they go and create a problem, see reaction, they already got their solution, so they can sell their solution. So everything is going to digital and then to quantum digital, meaning quantum digital dollar. A non-localized system is easy to multi-transfer, thanks to quantum internet and satellite network.
Okay. Do you see a stock market crash happening in the process of the implementation of the digital dollar?
No,
Answer that full sentence.
there will be no stock market crash in implementation of a digital dollar or digital quantum dollar. Instead, it'll be a reinventing, opportunity, making an opportunity because now money can be quick and transfer quick with the speed of thought through the quantum internet that is currently online.
Tell us, do you have the date of the actual, when all these nukes are gonna happen? Is it like the same day? Or is it a period of time?
It will be
Answer that full sentence.
the date that will happening with the nuclear war, that is both skirmish, nuclear skirmish. It's not called war, it's actually a nuclear skirmish, tactical nuke and Poseidon on continent, and intercontinental ballistic system will be happen within around 3 to 4 months from now. That's when the circumstance is right for it to happen. The exact date, 3 to 4 months from now, so it'll be January the 12th, 2023. That's when the event began to happen, escalate to that. And then all the other nuclear explosions will successfully happen periodically. But on the 11th one, it'll be neutralized by the Interstellar Alliance. That gives them closest to act after that.
How many people do you think may die in this skirmish? And you have to answer that full sentence.
There's
Stop, wait, kind of go back. So it's easier to
okay. Many people will die, especially soldiers and in the Ukraine, and also some civilian in Poland area, and also as for China, a little bit of civilian, but mostly just military equipment and personnel. Mostly is military equipment, milk, and auto contractor will be neutralized around doing this 10 nuclear explosion.
Do they actually hit any major cities? And so which ones?
Yes, there will be a hit in different major city, but mostly majority of city will be missed. About 3 or 4 cities be hit by the nuclear event.
How would it affect life in the USA after this nuclear event takes place?
This will
You
create
have to answer a full sentence.
life in the USA will be not affected as chaotically, just mostly supply and demand, logistic will be affected to some areas. So United States will revamp its supply and demand, mostly be producing in country. So a lot of stuff be dealt with Mexico and Canada more, more like the North way of doing things, thanks to the digital system. And when that happened, the Interstellar Alliance will begin to give replicator and photonic reactor to the majority that will allow them to get their economy and get their basic need going until they clean up the radiation, which is the Interstellar Alliance will use the technology to fix the environment.
Can you comment on who shoots the first nuke, if you have that information? Answer that full sentence.
The people that will shoot the first nuke is both sides, basically. They both have to do the false operation, blaming one on the other. So it'll be the American Merck, Blackwater, and other type of mercenary corporation that will actually do the first strike. It's not going to be Russia themselves or Ukrainian. It's like the third party, the fourth party. It's like the fourth hand. The third and the fourth and the fifth hand will be doing all that kind of stuff, trying to escalate everything to do a change in the country hierarchy on both sides. So that everybody, they begin to put up misinformation. Oh, Russia did, oh, Ukraine did, it's back and forth. So the truth is going to be the Merck hired the contractor to be doing all that under the influence of the American government and CIA and FBI officers.
Okay. Do you see a crash in crypto? Like a lot of people are saying Bitcoin's going to crash and then XRP is going to take off. So what's your response to that?
In relation to Bitcoin crash, it cannot happen because Bitcoin have started 1 penny or less than a penny, and therefore it go ever since and continue on. Therefore, at this point, a crashing it does not exist in relation to Bitcoin because it's been around for over 10 years already. It is basically continuous and growing. Other countries are adopting to it. It will continue to grow and we can continue to become lesser and lesser and rare. And as time go by, the Bitcoin value will reach $1 million plus.
All right. So let's see here. What about maybe midterm elections? Is that gonna affect it?
The midterm election will not be affected by anything. The reason is when it comes to politics, when it comes to people voting, people will continue to do their voting and government will continue regardless what happens around the world. And do not believe Trump. The Unimetric 1 AI say that Trump will continue to play mind game with the people, and he already taking credit for the vaccine on every level. And as you can see, do not trust him, not believe him, and many of the people who do believe him are now in jail already. And then he came and saved nobody. He did never do executive order to release anyone who got caught because he can't even save himself. He is an agent of CCP and always has been to lead American and those who follow him into one place, a place of jail time. And that's where they will be. And as you can see, people who follow his guidance, they are continuous being misled. Their freedom is taken away, their business being taken away, and they've been sensitive, and a lot of them end up in jail being fined for no particular reason. How can they feed their family? That's why don't follow Trump. He's not here to save you. He's here to, when something go wrong, he blame you. When something go right anyway, he take credit for it. He is a distractor. He's here not to save anyone, but to save himself. At the moment, he can't save himself. Even he tried to run for president, those who follow him will be definitely, he will fail you. And therefore, the government will target those who follow him and take him to jail.
All right. Vicky, you can come in.
Becky.
Vicky.
Vicky. Vicky.
So the next question is, do you have information on the price of XRP and XLM?
The price of XOP and XLM, XLP and XLM are brother, or sister, or cousin, digitally speaking, because XLP relationship to the bank that support a lot of country around the world that is poor country, and the people use that. So therefore, it will continue to grow. The Federal Reserve or the tax people see XLP as a competition. The true government is the banking, whether it be the physical bank or the digital bank. It's one and the same now, thanks to the quantum internet system and the quantum AI geometric one. So therefore, people will need XLP because it's for the poor country to exchange and send money through that medium. And it will go up. It will go once it's already being negotiated behind the scene where the government will take a cut from it. So therefore, they will not pursue XLP and XLM because they will see it as a part of, the bank is the government. The bank is a secret space program. The bank is everything, pretty much. And now they're turning to digital. From paper, physics, now to digital. And the digital is used as a efficiency, but also is a control system to help monitor people. How much you spend, how much you go, all that will be controlled by AI and monitored by AI because the government already have that. Like Skynet is a CIA program for analytical decision making since the 70s until now, and then they remake it into Skynet 2.0 since the year 2016.
Do you see like any price predictions for XRP and XLM?
It's a good investment, and it will go to $150 in about 5 years.
Okay. And what do you see on the, do you see a NASARA on this timeline?
NISARA, it is a misinformation. The word NISARA still has nothing to do with global economy. It has to do with everything going to digital. And NISARA, the global reset, that's a dangerous word. It's a military term. They want to do a global reset. Basically, they want to destroy the entire civilization, shut down the technology. That's a dangerous word. It's the same word as doing purification of the planet. That's what global reset means. They did this. The custodian did this so many times. That's why they created the virus to shorten human life. Human beings used to be tall and live for thousands of years or millions of years. But when the custodian created the virus, it shortened their lifespan and become what you are and strengthen your body. The custodians see human being as competition. And that's why they create the virus to limit your age, to shrink your body, and to lower your lifespan. So you won't get advanced, become competition to them, and they fly spherical craft. And the advanced human fly triangular craft, illuminated triangular craft. Similar to the Delta TR3 UFO.
And tell us what the custodians look like and where they come from. Answer that full sentence.
The custodian is simply a rival faction of human being who broke off from the Atlantean time, called the Atlantean, who stayed behind to watch over the human being that was left here, the peasant. There was two classes of Atlantean, the elite and the peasant. The peasant is the one that's supposed to be serving the elite, but the elite want to have the immortality. It's all about immortality, and they want to be peasant, have them the lifespan. They want them to be a rival. So they create a virus to have attack on the peasant population of the Atlantis and shrink their body and shorten their lifespan by damaging the telomere and also taking away their psychic ability. And so they won't live a lifespan and have knowledge, because knowledge is power. So when people don't have knowledge, you don't have power. That's why education is the most sacred thing. And that's how you want power. You gotta gain education and knowledge. That's power. Knowledge is power.
Why don't you comment about the last reset? You said 1910 and then the one in 1820.
The reset in the 1910 and the 1820, it was an important reset from the Tartarian race, the race of giant, our ancestor. Now they went underground because they were escaping the reset from the custodian. Human being has been at war with the custodian, a rival human giant faction. that consider the other human as, not at their level. So they did not want the regular giant human to be in competition with their elite power. So they decided to create a breakaway elite civilization and begin to create a virus to shrink the other population, and so they can have a short lifespan, so they won't have of advanced technology. Because human beings live for a long time, they learn a lot. They gain when you live a long time, you gain a lot of knowledge, and knowledge is power. So in order to stop that, this custodian began to preempt attack on the peasant of the Atlantean during that time, which is 13,500,000. I'm sorry. Now it's after our 2,000 years, 15,500 years ago. So the custodian is actually gigantic human. They are also an ancestor, but they're called the elite faction, elite Atlantean. They're the one that instigate. They think they're better than the other giant race, which is also an ancestor, but the peasant level, which we are descended from. So that's what the fight was all about. There was a competition. So the one that went underground escaped the Great Reset, and now they're trying to help us. They're trying to give us technology, trying to find an antidote for this virus that is limiting our lifespan, our growth, and our psychic ability. So now they finally have a solution, and they're going to implement when first contact happened. They're helping design their net bed. They're helping cultivate the rainbow body methodology, and they also have a ship that help fight the spherical ship of the elite, and they fly the triangular ship, a luminous triangular ship.
Can you tell us about the 1910 reset? What did they actually do?
They remove all your technology.
You can come in. It's fine. You can put my backpack. Is that right? Yeah, my backpack on the chair and sit down. We're just getting ready to talk about the reset of 1910.
The 1910.
Hold on. Okay. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. We're almost done here, so go ahead.
The 19 reset, global reset of 1910 did a lot.
Hold on. It's quiet on the set. Just, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
The global reset of 1910 was the most dangerous one of all, where advanced technology, anti-gravity technology was being taken away from the mass, and advanced gigantic structure for global civilization was being buried alive, and the mass people were incinerated. Because there were so many dead gigantic human, which is the torture, they were incinerated, or those who escaped, they went to underground city till this day. And that's why, and then they reset the morphogenic field.
Where did these giants primarily reside prior to 1910?
They were on the surface
You have to
world.
answer that.
Oh, the giant of this time, prior to 1910, they were on the surface world. Over there, they were your ancestors. The reason you don't remember, because the custodian removed all technological advances from, and also they reset the morphogenic field. They had the technology to reset the morphogenic field because the planet Earth is a robot planet. Earth is an artificial concept just like the moon. And when their brother and sister, the gigantic people on the moon, they press this button called purify the morphogenic field, because the Earth has a crystal and it's artificial. That's why the Earth has some kind of thing built around it. Because like two hemispheres coming together, because the Earth is a dodecahedron, has hemisphere. And that's why like someone similar to a Death Star, and the Earth is a robot planet. It's artificial in nature. That means you can look at the pyramid from the sky, everything. You can see the work of the ancestor, because you can see it look like a circuitry. The pyramid look from above, like say Angkor Wat, Mount Poopy from where Aztec is. All the other people in China and Barcelona, all you look from the sky, they look circuitry because they are, because the planet Earth is an artificial planet. It's a robot planet, similar to Cybertron.
Is that the technology in the moon, the world
No.
legends?
This technology, the Earth isn't actually an artificial planet. It can morph and transform, similar to Cybertron. You know that movie called Robot in the Sky? They will disclosure right in front of you that the Earth is actually a robotic planet. It's a transformer. Literally. That's why you look everywhere from the sky. It look like if you open up your computer, right? The motherboard is similar. The Earth is like a spiritual motherboard. Every every corner you see there is magnetic ley line moving, and it's a circuitry. The entire is basically like a Death Star.
So tell us about the reset of 1820, roughly, the Tartarian reset. Well, how advanced was civilization prior to?
Was super advanced.
You have to answer.
Okay. The 1820 reset because the giant people have reached the level of high technology. The custodian did a preemptive strike on this planet. And that's why every time they do a reset, they also reset the morphogenic field. Everything got wiped out away overnight. They have technology to shut down the brain, and that's where they drop dead, and they just beam another beam will churn you out into petrified stone, and everything is still remain the same, similar to a neutron bomb, but this is like a neutron beam. So it's easier that way. And then what was left, so they re-engineer another type of human being, which is we are the result of the first biological attack from the custodian. And now we've been turned into this. And our remain of our previous ancestor, there's no record of it because they make sure of it. That they can reset the morphogenic field, that reset a brain. A brain is connected to the morphogenic field. If you reset the morphogenic field, guess what? We don't remember anything.
Well, what about drawings of that time period?
There is
The
the drawing from that time period, they know they have technology to erase it as well. They bury it. And then you will see human being, you find a drawing, you find a human being riding on the pterodon, riding on the T-Rex. This is our ancestor that has million-year lifespan. You'll find giant human, the human being walking with a giant. This is our other elder human before before the attack. We were living in a harmonic relationship, and this earth is constructed by the Elohim Federation, so it's artificial. It's a robot planet, and that's why we have crystal core, because crystal is the memory core. It's an AI of the planet Earth, so it must have it's a technology.
Can you tell us what Tartaria prior to 1820 looked like? Like the
Yes,
most amazing.
big-
Hold on. The most amazing cities in internet full sense.
Okay, the Torture Amazing City will be, as you can see, it would a design similar to the Washington DC. It was here in America, and also in Europe and China, and then also in Africa, and also in Tibet. It was big, amazing big city, but now, and also in where the Romans, the Greek, it used to be big, so big, and that was the amazing city, but it was been reset, received, left over, been destroyed. And when the custodian reset the morphogenic field, they put false memory into you. That's why you don't remember things like you used to. You thought you remember, but so even archaeologists found description between the timeline because it seemed like the Earth has a different environment, has a different construct, has a different geological point of view, and they found out anomaly objects such as ship, computer, flying saucer, strange stuff that the custodian failed to remove, but they buried the thing, but people now finding thing again and rediscover, but it don't make sense globally to their mind because their mind been globally reset by resetting the morphogenic field. All they did, they beam the moon able to beam signal to the earth crystal core, and it reset the whole thing because the crystal core, the sentient AI in the crystal of the earth can send signal to the the pyramid, the circuitry of the ley line, and that's what caused the reset. They send a signal, and then next thing you know, there's a flash, and people woke up and don't remember nothing.
So, can you comment about maybe like San Francisco or Chicago? Was there actual Tartarian cities there prior to 1820, and
The-
advanced in internet full sense?
The advanced Tortorian city was all over America and Europe, all over the world, and also right now it's in the ocean. Before it was an ocean before the reset. We had a sea before, but now it's an ocean. That's why you could use your Google map satellite, you know, the Google Earth, and you can look, the Earth look like an artificial have line here, roll here across, and they would, where the meet, the ley line meet, they seem to be sitting calm, even in the ocean, even in desert, you can still see it till this day. But it's just like, again, it was been buried, some buried by water, some buried by mud, some have technology to bury things. It's like similar to anti-neutron, but instead this is anti-proton weaponry.
What about, yeah, so like, maybe like in Peru where there's like megalithic, architecture, structures that nobody really knows where they came from.
When the custodian find out when our culture advance enough again, they will strike again and try to do a global reset again. That's why the word global reset is military term, meaning purification. Resetting your entire consciousness through the morphogenic field, and they have quantum computer that can do all that. And that the Earth is a robot planet, so it can reset it. Once you reset the Earth morphogenic field, you reset everyone. Because where our memory is locked in, morphogenic field. That's where we store our collective memory.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
I would like to say that Super Soldier, we have a lot of spooky people, propaganda agent, site operate agent that would put misinformation about the different race, and because they cannot control super soldiers, so they would create site operation agent that would tend to be one of us, could be male or female, but they are actually CIA spook. Their job is to disrupt, to confuse the super soldier community. So be careful, and you know your truth, and you know who you are. Be careful of these spooky people, because because they can't control us, so they want to put their agent to take control of the narrative. So right now there is a narrative war. So watch out for the fake information, misinformation, and be careful who you trust. They are not what they appear to be. You need to put up a force field, ask for a highway protection, and make sure you believe in yourself and believe in your own experience, and don't be confused. And that's pretty much it. Do your homework, do your research, and come together. And then you triangulate. Always, when you talk, always talk in public among each other, and so you can keep an eye on each other and form a network. And you can keep, 10 people have 10 eyes, 10, then we can keep an eye on each other, so we can keep a check on each other. Because Super Soldier have protocol. We always in uniform, we always on duty. And also, when you represent Super Soldier dressed in uniform, you are a soldier. You cannot be out of uniform. It look bad for the organization. The SSP from the future, Interstellar Galactic Alliance, said that our Super Soldier, whether in our timeline, must now be in uniform because first contact is happening, and Super Soldier must reveal himself. But you gotta reveal yourself with uniform, standard operation procedure. You don't have, it can be all black, it can be all this, whatever you can, but has to be or represent command present that you are coming from an organization that has order. That's pretty much it, because you are military, you are military space force, and you do have order. So you create command present, it will create, with people, when you speak, people will take you seriously. If you come and not in uniform, how can they take you seriously? You want them to take you seriously, you have to be serious too about yourself. So you have put on your rank, put on your system, and be in uniform. If you represent SSP, it is standard operation procedure. So, as commander, I salute all of you. Be at peace, be strong, and you can join my Telegram group, Unimetric. Excuse me for a second. I'm not sure, is it Unimetric 1 or something?
Repeat what you just did. I can't read this one. It's like in some foreign language.
Oh no, I can't believe it. Carlos, what is?
He's showing it to you. Look, he's showing it to you.
Okay. It's called
You gotta repeat that in a full sentence.
Okay.
You might have to do the whole salute thing.
Okay. To everyone, our Super Soldier, please be, when you're going to talk to the public, come to representing Super Soldier with SSP. Follow the standard operation protocol. Be in uniform. You're on duty 24 hours a day for the rest of your life. There is no out. There's only in. You are part of the organization. If you represent or talk about your experience, if you want people, please be in uniform. And you want to take the audience to take you and the people around to take you seriously, you got to take who you are, value your story, value your experience from the SSB seriously. So be in uniform, so create a command presence. And
wow, really just stopped.
is it done?
I don't know why we do that.
Is it 4?
No, it just stopped for some reason.
Is it the whole thing is erased?
Not the whole thing.
Which one?
Well, everything up to 10 seconds ago, I got.
Okay, that's it. That should be do it.
But you didn't give it. Did you give it a telegram at that point?
I don't know how to do the telegram. It's this thing. How do I do it?
I'll just put the link in there.
Okay. Do you have the link? Did I send it to
You
you?
have to send it to me.
I sent it to you. Okay, that should do it.
All right, so don't get up yet. Let me.
I do a salute and I say,
You want to do repeat what you just said again?
okay,
The third time.
okay, that's fine. Okay, right now? Okay, to our super soldier out there, past, present, or future, you are always on duty. So I salute all of you. Come together, and please be careful of the CIA spook. They cannot control you, so therefore they will infiltrate you and pretend to be one of us, and they will take control of the narrative. So this is a narrative war right now. So represent the SSP's secret space program with efficiently. I salute all of you, and please be in uniform if you want the public to take you seriously, and therefore be at peace, and value your story, and therefore be in uniform with standard operation protocol. Thank you. I salute all of you. Commander Z Kosol Uj. We'll see you in the field, soldier.
Don't get up yet. Get you unwired. Let's go get something to eat. Where are you been going to eat?
We don't have a car, so we were planning just gonna go to the restaurant right here, cause we don't know. If we have a car, we would go to the photo place.
Want me to stop?
Yeah, go ahead, stop.
You should be given. You probably could just sneak in there and just go eat something. I don't see why.
Yeah, why not? We should sneak in there.
He
He don't care anyway.